And we are live. Welcome to the second streamed match of the day, which is Nottingham Sheriffs versus London Storm Ones. We start off from a hit by Sheriffs on the Storm player in the middle. And a good return hit from Storm onto Jordan Taylor, one of the more notable members of the Nottingham Sheriffs team. We have Alex back.
Hello, hello.
From ball retrieving. You might have seen him running around for Spartans in the Spartans Meteors game earlier.
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I wasn't really supposed to be doing it, but got called in last second and, you know, help out the team where I can. It was a really good game. I'm looking forward to watching it back on the stream. I heard that you and Cap did a great job as commentary, so well played.
Trying our best. But this is a very kind of crucial game for the middle of the table clash at the moment. A great hit by Jamie Hughes onto Nathaniel Takuru, I believe. It's a very big game because these are two teams that are kind of 4th and 5th, I think, and very much looking for a win here to try and start challenging your Bees, your Rangers, and your Spartans and Meteors at the top.
Yeah, completely agree. I think last time out, the game did actually go in favour of Nottingham Sheriffs in a 17-7 win. And if you haven't noticed, London Storm are actually missing a couple key players today with, I believe, Steve and I think Will at a stag do for a wedding. Jordan's also missing, and Sam Lav, you'll see in the outbox in the blue top over on the right side. He's actually got a slight ankle injury from Mixed League last weekend, so he is also not playing. So Storm missing a few key players, and seeing as last time they lost by a fair margin, it'll be interesting to see how they hold up against Sheriffs today. And
Sheriffs have their almost a very good catch by James Fowler, but he was hit out. Sheriffs have their full squad, I believe. I don't think they're missing anyone other than, doesn't look like Dan Evans is playing. They're missing one very strong winger.
Yeah, but they do still have a lot of strong players out there, as you say. Pretty much everyone else apart from Dan. And although Sheriff's currently, you know, I think, as you say, down in, I think, 5th at the moment. I think arguably position isn't quite what they deserve. I think they've been playing really, really well this season, looking really, really strong. And the games in which they have lost, it's been by a very small margin, usually by 1 or 2 sets. Really, really strong performances so far this season.
So we've just had Johnny Day in left in on his own against 3 Sheriffs, throwing a ball that almost came towards us in the commentary box, and that's a win for Sheriffs. Quite a quick little exchange there to put Sheriffs up. I think Storm were a bit disappointed about that, losing a couple of plays very quickly in what would be crucial in the rest of the set. Sheriffs is a team that I look at and I think, well, I've spoken to people about, and they're definitely, a sum of their parts, they're a very, very good team. On paper, you might look at some of their players and go, they're not exactly like the flashiest or the best X, Y, and Z, but as a team, they function so well.
Yeah.
And it's really good to see them very competitive this season, because I think they've been disappointed with sometimes some of their placements previously, but they are doing very, very well this season, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned.
Yeah, I think a huge help in that area has been the addition of Josh Gordon back to the squad, who was previously on a bit of a hiatus from dodgeball, even before the pandemic. But since he's returned, he's looking really, really strong. Even got an invitation to the England closed trials.
Yes.
And has been playing really, really well so far this season. And I'm sure we're looking to put on a strong show on that right wing, especially due to the absence of Dan Evans.
Oh, and a great catch by Johnny Day. Using those large hands of his to pluck the ball from his knees.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at the Day brothers, Tim and Johnny especially, and think, oh, you know, they're very big, they've got, you know, a cannon of an arm, but I think something that is often overlooked is their ability to make catches like that.
100%, and we haven't give Josh the commentator's curse, as he makes 2 very good hits down his wing at 1, hitting out both Nathaniel and Liam Ryder. An amazing standing counter by Johnny.
James deciding to hold there.
James has been a good addition to this Storm team, because I think he's a bit of a cooler head than they can be.
Yeah, I think
sometimes I say that.
A lot of the Storm squad, especially when they're full strength, like to play a very explosive, fast-paced game, and just sort of bring the action, bring the game to you. Whereas I think James often, slowing it down a bit more of a cool composure on court, focusing a bit more on ball possession.
100%. I think that's the thing that have kind of plagued Storm, because they back their arms so much. They have given away ball possession a lot. As you see Cam throwing away the 5th ball. They do still have the 4, which is still a very big opportunity.
Will they go on ball here? No, it looks like they're going at 3. Dan Gittings narrowly avoiding those throws.
And a good release from Johnny. Almost
taking out Jordan there.
Jordan. But I think Johnny's power prevailed there, with having one of the strongest throws in the league from his height purely.
Last time before today we were running live streams was at Bucks Finals Day, and at that venue we were playing wall to wall, and we saw a lot of 2-ball releases. You'll notice that when teams are in possession of 3 balls here today at St George's Park, they are more likely to release single ball throws, just due to the large gaps behind the courts. If you throw 2 balls and you don't make that hit, you are most likely going to give your opposition 4 balls. So a lot of teams do prefer to go for the single ball approach, try and get some nice picks off in the middle and sort of defend yourselves with.
100%. And Storm take that set a lot more methodical than the first one. I don't know if James is waving at us or Dave Prestige, who's just Prestige that's just been subbed on for Josh Gordon. Well, Jordan Taylor on the wing now. 2 very, very competent left-handed players. Great dodge from Dave there in the middle. We saw Ian Barrett taking a trade there at the end of that set. Continuing what we said about the trading in the Meteor Spartans game, they're so happy to just take that trade to back.
Oh, great catch there from Ben Cool.
To back their players. Once again, a very good catch. Almost an amazing catch from Cam. And Storm are left with 2 players on against the Sheriff's 6. That was a very quick exchange to leave Storm down.
Yeah, just in the space of 1 minute, Storm down to only 2 players now to 6 of Sheriffs. Door running counter. And they do take the hit
against the running counter of, I think it was Jamie and Jordan. See James taking this very slowly. Great dodge from James, and I think he has all 5. Yes, he does. All 5 for James Fowler here. We'll see what he can do. He's got a very good arm, great accuracy.
Going really aggressive there.
Aggressive and a very, very good dodge from Jamie Hughes there.
Yeah. Choosing to go on ball there. I was surprised. I thought he was going to try and go down the middle again.
And on ball again.
Often when you're in this scenario where you're pretty much 1v5, 1v6, you see a lot of players, especially with the bigger arms, just going really aggressive at players' chests. So if you get caught, it doesn't really matter. You're most likely going to lose a set anyway, so you might as well go for some big aggressive hits down the middle.
Great dodge from James.
Get some players out. Just like that. Oh, great catch from Gittings.
Very, very good reactions from Dan there to take that catch.
Yeah, really quick hands there.
Almost fumbled it, but got that secure. You can see the Sheriff's boys are very happy with him. And that is the set to Sheriffs.
We go into the 4th set now, with just over 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Sheriff's currently 1 set up. Oh, and a great catch from Jordan there. And sorry, Dave, my apologies.
Dave there, and the line ref gives him the nod that he's fine. And another great catch by Ian in the middle. Trading left and right.
It's always good to see lovely catches in the game of dodgeball.
Yes, Alex says, as somebody who's made some amazing neutral zone catches, a very, very good cross court from Ben Cool there on James Fowler.
You're too kind.
Huh?
You're too kind.
Oh, I just speak the truth here.
Here's a question for you. Do you prefer seeing a lovely toe shot or a great catch?
Great catch.
Great catch?
Like Nathaniel's been hit out.
I think I'm the same, especially if it's a stick. You know, it doesn't fumble, doesn't bob up, just solid stick.
In this game, it looks like Sheriffs are targeting Nathaniel a lot. He's been hit out a couple of times. He seems to be the person they're throwing out first. Catch there from Dave, a great block, and it popped up. You see Dan going to protect.
Putting on pressure there in the middle, yeah.
Protecting Dave from what would have been a cross court from Cam.
2-ball release there on that right wing, getting a hit on the feet.
A bit too late with the block. Johnny comes forwards. Great dodge from Jamie.
Johnny, seeing they have the 3 balls, it doesn't really want to be victim to 2-ball running counter, so he releases that releases one of the 3 balls, trying to get an early hit.
Very good block.
And give possession back over to Sheriffs. So they can go for the double running counter instead. But unfortunately, they do get the hit.
They get Ben, who I don't think was hit, but he did roll over onto the line, I think, to support himself. Yep. He just went out of bounds. Oh, could have been a very good catch from Johnny there. He slid right into the path of one of them. See what Cam does with the 4 balls. On ball again, the same as James did. Looks like neither team are in any rush. With only 30 seconds left of the set. Looks like Sheriffs are very content just blocking the ball back to make Cam do a lot. And there's a hit there with a very succinct running counter from Dan and Dave. Looks like Sheriffs are quite comfortably in the driver's seat here. The slower games seem to be doing really well. It goes slowly and then breaks into some chaos in which Storm haven't really been coming out with a lot of strength here.
So we're going to have a final 2-minute set here.
Storm coming forward with 3. And
Storm will definitely be looking to win this set. Oh, well, obviously teams always look to win the sets, but I think if Storm go down 8-2 here into the second half, I think their heads will definitely be quite low. It's not a very pleasant scoreline to look at. So I think if they can win this set here, and, you know, decrease that deficit, you know, to 6-4, I think it will definitely give them a little bit of a boost heading into the second half. James is getting hit out there, avoids the first 2, but just get hit on the delayed throw from Jordan on the right wing.
But they have given away 4 balls to Storm.
You are going to approach with 3 balls.
Oh,
great hit on
Gittings
there.
Hit from Cam.
Choosing to go early with those 3 balls, not waiting for the 4th to avoid play ball being called and having to release 3, and therefore giving 4 balls to your opponents.
Very smart. Good dodge.
Nice aggressive throw from Jamie there, but equally as good dodge from Cam Relton in the middle.
Jordan being very effective on this wing. Great hit from Ian Barrett. And a good block from Nathaniel. I think they have 4 balls again.
Great pressure from Jamie. Really good there, protecting Ben as on the backtrack. As the 2 Storm players put on the pressure. Now with a 4-ball attack.
And they take it on Jordan. Jordan seems to be very early setting into these catches.
Yeah, really looking for it.
And not, unfortunately, having the likes of a Johnny throwing at you.
Good
not really
there.
Quite being able to make them stick.
Storm currently 2 players up with about 5 seconds remaining in this
Johnny's
half.
hit out. They're up by 1 with not
now
a long
1 player
left.
down.
Well, 2 hits apparently. Oh,
whistle does go.
And it's called 2-all.
Admittedly, I think the ref was a little bit late to the call there. A little bit late to blow the whistle.
And that is half time.
I think that should have been a set more in Sheriff's favour, but it will be a draw, and we will head into the half at 7-3 in favour of Sheriffs.
I think the scoreline has been a bit not generous for Storm. I think they've lost a lot of players very quickly in a couple of sets.
I agree.
And the mental aspect of that is pretty draining, being kind of the last 2 players left on court just to see 3 or 4 of your teammates walk off court. I think if they can start pushing sets to time and just survive and stay alive, they'll definitely be in this, because as seen with that last set, other than a little unlucky from the back of court there with what happened with Johnny and Nathaniel, I think other than that, they should be in this game quite competitively if they can just push things to time.
I agree. Only a 2-set deficit. Arguably, as I said previously, probably should have had that final set as well. So, they are definitely not down and out in this game. It is definitely within reach. So, I definitely think it'll be interesting to see if they decide to change up any tactics. They are facing the wall now, which does tend to give you the odd ball back across the middle.
I think it will benefit Storm, especially with their arms.
Yeah, Storm being an aggressive team, like to go throw big. Obviously missing a big thrower in Steve, but still a lot of big arms on that team. So I imagine we might see a lot of big aggressive throws down the middle of the players' chests. My voice does keep cracking every so often, I think. I was yelling a little bit too much in that Spartans Meteors game earlier on.
It wasn't exciting yet. I was trying not to yell here either. Doesn't quite have the energy in this game, but we'll see what happens moving forwards.
Yeah, I think whilst a good game and which everyone will enjoy, I think that realistically the Spartans Meteors game, everyone knows what that game is. Like the rivalry behind it, what the game means really. Oh, I've turned off the wrong things there. My apologies, everyone.
Alex is trying to commentate and run tech at the same time.
Mumbling my words a little bit as well. And the second half is off. What I was going to say, sorry, is Spartans and Meteors, as everyone knows, there's a very big rivalry there. With Meteors losing their first ever British Logical League game early this season to Spartans. Obviously, they were trying to get retribution for that today. And that game, arguably deciding who would be taking, the title. Spartans still need to win the rest of their games, having previously lost to Rangers, but if they can beat Rangers, it looks like at the next league meet, it looks like they will most likely take the title home.
So, back to the game on hand.
Yep.
I think it was a ricochet, taking out Jordan and Dan Gittings. So Storm are up by 2 players going into the first half. What a great catch from Ben Cool, catching out Johnny for the second time in this match.
Teams now even at 5 each.
We'll see what the break has meant to both teams. I think Storm... another
great
good catch.
He was in the motion there. Josh Gordon not quite seeing that catch. Immediately apologising. No malicious intent. Happens a lot. Nice to see all players taking it well.
And a great block from Jordan Taylor. Yeah. Very good from Cam and James Fowler, and almost takes the catch from Dan Gittings, but does leave them only with a 1-player deficit from a 2-player deficit.
Now with 4 balls.
With I think 30 seconds. Oh, catch! An amazing catch by Ian Barrett to dodge 4 and take the 1. I think dodge 4 at least, dodge 3 at least.
Yeah, Sheriffs often, when they're in possession of these 4 balls, Storm similar, choosing to go down the middle, not throwing the majority at the ball holder, more just trying to get an easy hit in the middle, but as shown, it is not always an easy hit, and sometimes players make amazing catches.
Oh, and a fabulous catch from Dave to bring the set even with, I think, only about 10 seconds left. 45 seconds, it sounded like.
I won't lie, I wasn't expecting to see this many good catches today.
That has to be some
like, obviously both teams
very
skilled, good catches, but it's great.
Oh! A catch you probably would have...
I really thought he was going to take that, to be honest.
Yeah. A bit easier than the catch he just made.
About 15 seconds left now in this set. Storm looking to get the hit, take the first set off the second half.
I think they're even though they don't have possession, they're going anyway.
Going aggressive. Play ball is finally called on Sheriffs here.
And that's ball.
And they can't take the catch, and Sheriffs do take the first set of the second half, extending their lead to 9 points to 3.
It reiterates what was said. If Storm can take these to time, they'll be a kind of double-edged sword, because one, they're taking them to time, which means they may not have enough time to catch up, but they're making ground. That is a very influential set, though, to win the first set straight out the bag. No substitutions, a great hit onto Jordan Taylor, and a block from James Fallon on the turn from Josh Gordon. On another great hit. A very good trade for Storm. Reducing the deficit being in front by now 3 players going into this.
Yeah, really quick, in just 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds, Sheriff's down to only 2 players.
With
really good, really strong set. Great dodge there.
A great hit.
Really strong showing from Storm.
Liam has been having a very good season. One of Storm's better signings of the season.
I was fapping with the camera settings a little bit just a second ago. So, apologies for interrupting again.
And
Storm do take it.
From Storm.
A really big set to win there. I think had they lost that, I think the heads would have dropped quite a lot. But now again, deficit only by 2 sets.
That is a big mountain to climb.
10 minutes remaining.
More than enough time to see a comeback from Storm.
Yeah, plenty of time. And that was a really strong showing from Storm. I think if they can keep that up, I think, you can even see Storm taking the win in this game. Oh, but a great catch from Jordan Taylor in the middle.
And
Johnny Day not able to do the same.
Once again, Storm going down very quickly from the beginning of the set.
And another great catch. Oh, and just as quickly as Storm took the lead in the previous set, they're finding themselves in the same position, just 40 seconds in, and only 1 player remaining for Storm here.
Ian Barrett, ex-president of Warwick Dodge.
He's looking for a catch.
Oh,
but he can't take it.
There.
So Sheriffs losing a set very quickly a second ago, decided they weren't happy with that and wanted to win one even quicker.
Yes. Not of approval from Leah there. I think that was a very important set. If Storm had continued going forwards with their strength, then we may have seen a timeout from Sheriffs. However, the Sheriffs' reaction was also exceptionally strong. And a catch from Dan Gittings in the middle. No, it's too low down, sorry.
Sorry, Simon Jones decided to fall over in the stands in front of us.
a row ahead of us.
Yeah, going back to what you were previously mentioning, yeah, I think a lot of teams within dodgeball very much get a lot of power from momentum. Once you start getting a couple of sets, you sort of use that energy, drive forwards, and continue taking sets, and very much a domino effect. And your opposition very much lose sets in a very similar fashion. When you're sort of used to winning and being in that comfortable position, when it suddenly gets flipped on you, teams often sort of struggle. So taking a nice tactical timeout allows teams to sort of mentally reset and head back into the game. But Sheriff's not needing to do that just yet. Looking very comfortable in this game so far.
Ian and Johnny against 3 of the Sheriffs. And a very, very good track shot by Ian there. Dan dodging Johnny's, but just walking into Ian's. I'm not sure why Nathaniel's back on. There might have been a rebound catch, potentially.
Really good honesty from Jordan Taylor there. Veteran of the game.
And it's
always
now
nice
Josh
to see
Gordon.
them being sportsmanlike. Josh Gordon, we were giving him a lot of praise earlier on. Let's see if he can pull anything special out of the bag as he's in a 1v3 now.
You can see he's definitely looking for this catch.
But he makes the catch!
No catch, he was hit first.
Really good honesty, clipped on the leg there.
Have won a very good set.
I think regardless if the catch wasn't in time, still a great catch to take.
You can definitely see him looking for it. There's only 2 sets left. We have more than enough time.
Just over 2 sets of time. Even if they go to 4, we will have 3 sets here. At least 3 more sets if Storm win all 3.
This battle at the beginning for the middle ball has been great to see. Cam running, Ian was running a bit.
Good block there.
And Sam Ward doing very well to retrieve that middle ball.
Overall, both teams, when they've been releasing these single throw attacks, even on the double throw attacks, they've been having really, really good cover from their teammates who've been holding the balls.
And Johnny seems to have cramped up, it seems, hitting Dave out. So now he's at 5 with something, it looks like it's his right calf he's looking at.
Even to the extent that he's sat down a corner, I think it's given quite a bit of grief. But choosing not to try and take an injury sub, not severe enough, and he is going to play on.
He has, however, not stepped out with the ball on the wing.
A nice dodge there.
Looks like Sheriff's also picked up that Johnny's carrying a bit of a strain on his right calf.
Going for that right leg.
In 2 balls.
As much as we praise teams for being sportsmanlike, I suppose if you see a weakness in a team, you're going to go for it.
Seems like Storm have gone for quite a defensive style. They're throwing up ball a lot more on their aggressive attacks. Which maybe it's because they're a bit worried because...
Nice
great hit from Jamie Hughes in the middle. A bit worried because... Oh, great catch on the backtrack by Cam Relton to bring in
Huge
Nathaniel.
moment for Storm in this game.
Very big moment. It looks like, I think they're a bit worried about the Sheriffs catching because the Sheriffs have been making some insane
a lot of catches. And I think, as we said,
and another catch by Johnny.
As mentioned, Storm missing some of these key players, some of these key arms in Steve and Sam Lav, who's currently still out of view just in the left in the coach's box. I think losing players like that, you get a bit worried. You try not to go as aggressive. You change your game style a little bit, go a bit more defensive. And in the second half, at least, it looks like it is proving to be effective.
Ooh, a very delayed dodge by Cam there. You might have thought he would have tried to have taken that.
Yeah, Sheriff's with four balls now.
But with a 2-player deficit, let's see what they can do from here.
Can only release a maximum of 3.
And they do get a hit on James Fowler. And one of the balls has gone back, so Storm only have 3 balls.
About 13 seconds remaining.
Ball again.
Storm really need to win this set. Currently 1 player up. Big dodges.
Oh,
no, he just got hit. Liam Ryder is out.
And it's a draw from the Sheriffs.
Huge for Sheriffs. Huge hit there.
Felt like Storm, I don't think really knew the gravity of them having to win that set. I think they probably would have been a bit, and a timeout's called for Storm, I believe. And it is a timeout for Storm.
Yeah, timeout is called there. I think, realistically, a good time to call that timeout, as you know they really did need to win that set, especially with it going to time of to full time of the 3 minutes. Now, literally just over 3 minutes remaining in the entire game, if we have time accurate. So, being 2 sets down and maybe only a maximum of 1 more set, I think it's really important they call this timeout. And let's be honest, I think we're going to see them going really aggressive now, going for huge hits, because it's not just about winning this set, it's about ending this set. Ending this set and getting another one to hopefully win that one.
So this will be a weird one to, or an interesting one to see, because if Storm do come out of the blocks firing, they may just fall into Sheriff's hand, because it looks like Sheriffs have been kind of stemming the tide a lot more than you'd think, with a lot of very strong catches, some very good defensive play, and taking strong trades when they need to.
Yes,
so
I agree.
Storm do kind of put that power in and take their accuracy off, Sheriff might just take those catches, and it may be it for Storm.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, it's kind of that high risk, high reward situation.
100%.
But it, realistically, from Storm's point of view, it probably is a do or die situation. It's something that they are going to have to go for.
Yes.
Because if you try and just play it slow, even if you win the set, if there is less than 3 minutes, if our time is wrong, then that's not going to work. You're going to lose the game.
Yeah. 3
minutes 10. Oh,
so
3 minutes 8.
Close.
Pretty good. I'm going to wait 2 seconds.
We'll see what happens from this first volley from Storm.
Yeah, I think one thing I'd like to sort of point out.
A great hit
already on a single ball attack. Take the early lead. But something to mention is, already, if you look at the score, Storm putting in a really good performance compared to their last game against Sheriffs.
Yes.
As we previously mentioned, 17-7.
Even with some players down.
Yeah, missing some key players, but I think an interesting thing is, you've often seen across teams, when they suddenly miss key players, perform really well still.
Yes.
Imperial Wolverines, University champs, played really well against some really strong opposition, even though they're missing players such as Femi, a huge arm on that team. And it's usually because...
I was going to mention another example, but sorry, please.
Go for the example.
Even in the first leg of the Spartans Meteors game, Meteors were playing without Brett.
Yes.
And still pushed Spartans to a...
Really good. Spartans only won by 1 set.
Yes.
Without arguably, one of the best players in the country.
Yes.
So
there was a hit there.
I think often, when you are missing those key players, it forces you to play more as a team, less like individuals, and you do have to adapt your game style. But I think sometimes it means you're a bit less risky. But it allows some players that maybe don't get as much time on the ball to shine a bit more, sort of prove their worth, and allows them to adapt and grow. So I think overall I've been really impressed so far by Storm in this game.
A very good hit by Cam Relton. This game is
really well left by.
This game is the Storm are 1-up currently after a trade on the left wing from Liam and Josh Gordon.
Yep. So but it does look like, even if Storm play this out, if they go up and play this out, as long as they win, there will be another set, so they can at least get a draw. But
and it's
great
not
catch.
the catch.
No, it's not a catch. Time will be paused.
Time's been paused. I don't think that was a catch. It sounded like he was hit by both balls.
Do you think he was hit?
I think he was hit by both balls before one popped up.
I think, although we do like this angle for the live stream of watching the games, this view from behind me, close into the action, it does make it a bit hard to see some hits sometimes. Watching them from behind, hit is called.
Was no catch. Hit was called.
No catch.
Which I think is fair.
3 players to 3, Storm on 4 balls.
A great hit.
Big hit.
From Cam.
Straight on the restart, getting that hit. Going up in the player advantage and maintaining a 2-ball possession to defend themselves with.
We have about 30 seconds left. And a catch from Ian Barrett to bring Johnny back in. They will have enough time.
Yeah, this is just going to be a game of highlights, really.
Yes. There will be enough time for another set.
Yeah.
No hit there on Sam Ward.
Nice
I think
save
Storm know
from
that they have enough time for another set.
Yeah,
because they're not trying to kill this game. I think they're going for a draw.
No.
And he
catch
catches
there.
the ball, and it's a catch.
So we are going to have a final 1 minute set.
I believe this is a 1 minute set with 12-10 to Nottingham Sheriffs.
What do you think? What's going to happen? Are Sheriffs going to pull the double?
I think
Or
some
will
big hits from
Storm pull
Storm,
it
but
back?
some good catches from Sheriffs.
Okay.
Shall see what happens.
Here we go.
Storm get 3 balls off the rush. There's no quick start.
Ooh, good dodge from Jamie there.
Very good dodge. 5 is one of the hardest places to survive at. No hit there from Jamie. Very well left from Nathaniel.
No fishing there. I don't think you want to be the player that fishes, gets out and loses your team in the game.
Very slow to begin with.
Yeah, I can imagine as soon as that first hit is made, it's suddenly going to get very frantic.
Chaotic.
Can he get
a hit there? And a couple more
and a
hits.
second player hit.
And a hit there. And
But Sheriffs are still 1 player up.
Sheriffs are
10 seconds remaining. Storm need a hit. They've only got 1 ball now.
4 balls.
3 seconds.
Sheriffs have 4 balls. There's a hit there on.
And it looks like Sheriffs are going to take the game, and they do.
A very good game. Not quite as not quite as fast-paced as the Spartans Meteors game, but still 2 very good teams showing what they are good at and what they're not so good at. I think it showed how Sheriffs are such a strong team across the board, and how Storm are still such a very good team and a team you can't really write off.
Yeah, completely agree. I think, you know, when as we've said a few times now, when you're missing key players, bringing out a much better performance than last time, you know, having 3 more points and your opponent's having 3 less, I think that's a really good result. Obviously, they're not going to be happy with the loss, but I think Storm can still be proud of their performance.
100%.
And, like, especially as individuals, I think every single person on that court made it a sick catch.
Yes.
Like, at least one.
Some very good.
I definitely enjoyed watching it. It was definitely a fun game. Not quite as loud as the previous game.
No.
But I think a really, really good game to watch. Unfortunately, that will be the last game we live stream today.
Yes.
As we've got a bit of a busy, hectic day here at St George's Park. But we do want to say thank you for joining us, and we look forward to sorry, gosh, we look forward to round 8 of the English National Leagues, where we're going to be looking to be streaming some of the women's games from the Women's Super League and League One, and potentially some others. So stick out for so keep an eye.
Get this man a drink of water.
I know, sorry, I do apologise. Keep an eye on our social media channels for updates and announcements on which games we will be streaming.
Yes.
Other than that, thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed. Congratulations, Nottingham Sheriffs, on a strong performance, and to all the players.
Yes.
If you'd like to get involved, head to britishdodgeball.org and come join in. There's like so many different ways you can come join, join the fun. Whether you want to be a player, whether you want to get into coaching, become a referee, wherever it is, wherever you want to do, there will be something for you within the dodgeball community.
Yes.
So thank you for watching. Good luck to all the other teams playing their matches late today. And this is John and I saying goodbye, and we're going to go try and win our games later this evening.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll do our best.
Hopefully,
I hope you've enjoyed the day and being have to be stuck with me for 2 matches. It's always a pleasure to commentate. I think we've had some really strong matches to kind of showcase the quality we have in the Men's Super League, and it just filters down to every other league.
Yeah.
Next week will be very interesting because I think the Women's Super League, there's a bit more to play for, considering I think there are 4 or 5 different teams that are all within the runnings of getting that top spot. So whichever games are happening will be integral to every single title hope that we have there. So please watch next week. The games will be a bit tenser, I think, than the Storm Sheriffs game.
Yeah.
Probably the same level as what we've had this afternoon, with the Spartans Meteors game.
You know, something I've actually noticed is the Beavers predictions earlier that I read last night had the Spartans Meteors game in a 13-11 win to Spartans.
Well, don't tell him that.
He got it exactly right. Exactly right.
If he wasn't currently chatting to somebody, I'd definitely shout him over. But he seems preoccupied at the moment, so.
But anyway, guys,
we'll stop the on-the-fly interviews there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much for joining us. Good luck to everyone playing this weekend, and to all of our friends over in Northern Ireland who are currently playing their leagues, and the Scottish leagues over in Dundee, I believe it is. We hope everyone has a great weekend of dodgeball, and we look forward to the next time we can grace your mobile devices. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank you very much.